Hey everyone, today we're making pauldrons. This type of pauldron with overlapping metal bands and cartoonishly large-sized fake rivets. And yes, there is a pattern, and yes, it is in the description. All right, let's get making.
Alright, so first thing to do is figure out what size of pauldrons you want. There's 5 different sizes included in the pattern, so there should be one to fit you. Print it off on your printer, making sure to print at actual size. Some of the pattern pieces overlap, so you'll need to tape those together. Grab a light box or a window, line up the alignment marks, and tape it all down. Make sure you have tape over top of each piece, otherwise when you go to cut it out, they'll fall apart. A quick check with your Australian ruler to make sure everything's the right size. Then you can grab your scissors and start cutting. Grab some 5mm thick EVA foam and trace the pieces onto it with a paint pen. The great thing about this pattern is it's a fantastic way to use up smaller scraps of foam left over from other projects. Stab a skewer through the pivot point circles to mark them. Make sure to transfer the center line marks onto the pieces and label them so you don't get mixed up later. Grab a super sharp knife and cut out the pieces. Make sure you keep your knife blade as vertical as possible and take your time going around the curves. Alright, now you should have 5 boomerang-ish shaped pieces. Stab your skewer all the way through all the pivot holes, and then you can start skewering one side of your pieces in numerical order. And then in reverse order, skewer the other side of all your pieces. And then get ready for the funnest thing you're gonna do all day. Boom. How fun was that? Pretty fun. Alright, this is cool, but that pivot point is really thick because of all those layers of foam. So we need to whittle away some of that thickness. Now for this to work without devolving into a catastrophe of epic proportions, your knife needs to be incredibly sharp. So grab a brand new high quality knife blade or learn how to use a sharpening stone. It'll pay off in the long run. There, you can see how that tapers nicely down to less than half its original thickness. Now you can repeat this fun job 9 more times. Yay! But since we're having so much fun, let's not stop there. There's also these ridges that could use some smoothing out, which means whittling away the inside bottom edge on pieces 2 through 5. Make sure you don't taper the edge on piece number 1, because it doesn't need it. Now you can stack the pieces up again on the skewer, and it should look perfect. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, it's a great idea to connect those center lines to help line everything up when you're gluing. And now we're ready to glue. Line up the center lines between piece 1 and 2 and squeeze in just a little bit of hot glue. Press it together and hold it until the glue cools. I set my adjustable temperature hot glue gun nice and low so I can do this without burning my fingers off. Work your way up, tacking the pauldron together along that center line. As you glue, it kind of locks in the 3-dimensional shape, so you might need to take some time to form it a little bit into the shape you want it to end up as. Work your way around, gluing as you go, making sure you let the glue cool before you let go, and continually reminding it of how you want it to look at the end. Once everything else is glued, you can glue all the layers together at the hinge point. I'm gluing each layer separately here, but you can actually glue a few at a time. Now, you can see how messy my glue seams are still, and that's kinda ugly. So I'm gonna make myself a glue unuglying tool. It's really just a scrap piece of foam cut at an angle, but once you start rubbing, the friction softens the glue and lets you clean up the seams. If you have a lot of glue buildup, it can be helpful to remelt it with your glue gun before you do your seam unuglying. There, that's looking pretty good. Now just a quick shot with the heat gun to smooth everything out and make it look pretty, making sure not to actually melt everything apart. And there we go, pauldrons that look really nice. Now we're going to make some unrealistic oversized fake rivets. I tried a bunch of things, but the best result I got was just making them out of polymer clay. I made a snake, like how I learned in kindergarten, then sliced my snake into little cookies. Also, I'm doing this on a sheet of parchment paper for its non-stick qualities. Finally, I took all the slices and shaped the tops into a nice domed fake rivet shape. I cooked them up in the oven, which I forgot to film, and ended up with these. Tasty. Next I did some fancy math to figure out how to space them on the pauldrons, but you're not going to have to do that because I have since added markings on the pattern so you know where they go, which you'll probably want to mark right at the beginning before you cut out your pattern. Then it's just a matter of getting out your super glue and gluing down all your little clay dots. And now you can paint your pauldron black. I like to use artist's acrylic paints because they're a little bit flexible. Give it 2 to 3 good coats and try to leave it with a stippled texture. This will make the silver antiquing look just that much better. Once your black paint is good and dry, grab some silver metallic paint. I'm using a 50-50 mix of pewter and silver. With a gloved finger, take a little bit of paint and rub it mostly off on a piece of cardboard. Then lightly rub it the rest of the way off on your pauldron. By doing it this way, you get a beautiful antique look with all the high surfaces silver and any cracks or crevices fading into black. It takes time, but if you're patient, you'll end up with something that looks like it came off a movie set. Well, maybe a low-budget movie, but still, it's pretty great. And so are you, because you just made some pauldrons.
All right, I guess we're done. Pauldrons. Pauldron. I did want to talk a little bit about sizing because I haven't 100% figured it out, because it's not like sizing a head where you can just measure around your head and you know exactly what size it is. Even for each pauldron, there's a really large range that it could fit, because that can obviously go wider or narrower. So, you know, it can fit quite a range of shoulder sizes. But I did create a shoulder guide that looks like a rainbow. And you can just cut along here and keep cutting until you get one that sort of fits over your shoulder. And that'll give you at least a bit of a ballpark of where to start. I just made this by putting the pauldron on here and then tracing this inside curve. So to give you an idea where you can start. So it's a good project, it's quick, it's cheap, and it makes pauldrons that look great. Of course, the pattern's in the description, and don't forget about the Ultimate Everything Super Value Bundle, where you get all my foam patterns I've ever made and ever will make for one price. You pay it once, it's not a subscription. You pay it once, it's not a subscription, and you get everything. It's not a subscription. Take that, subscription service making people. You annoy me. All right, thanks for watching. See ya.